How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we come together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build that positive mindset. My name is Henry, and I'm so thankful to have each and every one of you here because in this episode, we're going to talk about one of the hardest things to accept when it comes to building your positive mindset. If you want to shift, if you want that positive experience, you need to listen to this episode because this is it. This is how you do it. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So pick a word. It could be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in. And as you're breathing in, you're going to say that word over and over and over again. Really charge yourself up with that energy. And then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. We're going to take another deep breath. This one's about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so that we can receive the message that we need to hear to get us in that positive state. So just imagine that you are surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It could have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. Well, before we get started, if there's something that you take away from this episode, if you're on YouTube or Spotify, you can actually leave a comment below. Not only does that help me know what resonated with you in this episode, but somebody else might read your comment and might inspire them to give this episode a listen. I want to make this the #1 mindset podcast in the world, and the best way to do that is together. So whether you leave a comment or share it with somebody, it means the absolute world to me, and I can never thank you enough. But let's dive into today's episode. So this is one of the hardest truths to accept. And I've talked about this before, and it's something that if you can choose to be this, if you can do this, if you can accept that this is the truth, you'll be free. You'll be free from the pain. You'll be free from the hurt. You'll be free from not having control of your experience. And this is it. It's a choice. The way you feel is a choice. The way you perceive is a choice. Now, it's not a fair choice. It's not an equal choice. Like my choice to be a positive person is different than your choice. We have different backgrounds. We've gone through different experiences. We might be different ages. Just everything could be different. It doesn't mean that it's not a choice. And you see, this is where people get lost. This is where they struggle because I have people that reach out to me and they think that I am just this way, that I wake up and I'm just positive all the time and I don't have to choose. I don't have to make it a priority. I don't have to become something or do something. And that's just not the truth. To have a perspective and grow it is a choice. It's something that you work on every single day. And it is a gift to work on it. It's so powerful, so rewarding when something difficult happens and you stay in positive frequency. It doesn't mean that the difficult things can be avoided at all times. It doesn't mean painful things can be avoided at all times. They happen. Hurt is guaranteed. Loss is guaranteed. Pain is guaranteed. But the way you feel during those times is the choice. You see, this environment, this earth, this life is a school. It's Earth School. That's what it is. The school is teaching you, one, how powerful you are, and two, that you get to choose the frequency. You get to. So in a world of chaos, in a world of just things bouncing around and random events and terrible events, good events, positive events, negative events, in a world where all of this exists at once, nobody goes through it and only is in the good the whole time. You see, but it might seem that way because of the choices they make in their mindset. The way they choose to perceive the event changes the event. You see, if I think of myself as a being, as a soul, as a spirit, that's having a temporary human experience, then anything that happens to the human, me, I don't put that much weight into. It's like if somebody was playing a video game and something happens to the character in the game, it doesn't change the person's life, meaning the being that's controlling the video game character. So why would I, a being that's controlling this body, that's in this environment, take things so badly? Feel things so much when I realize it's happening to my body, but it's not happening to me, it's happening for me because I get to observe it as it happens to my human self. The same is true for you. You get to observe every single event. Every single thing on the planet is not happening to you, it's happening for you. It's happening for you because everything gives you an opportunity to find love. When you can find love in difficult things, it makes it easier to receive at all times. Think of it this way. Imagine you're sitting here, you're thinking, you're trying to connect to love. So you start practicing gratitude. You start thinking of that memory, that moment that always makes you happy. Maybe it's a special time with your kids, your spouse, at work, or just something in your life that had to do with you. You think of this moment. Then you start going deeper. You think about the award that you won, or the appreciation that you got, or the accomplishment, or whatever it is. You start thinking about how you felt. You think about it so much. You think about the way the temperature was in the air. Your hair starts to stand up because you get so close to this feeling and you feel it within you now. Now, think about that. That's gratitude. That's connecting to high frequency. That's love. When you're connected to that feeling, and it's flowing within you, that's connection to love. Now, when you can give that feeling by being the example of that and radiating it, because that's what you're honoring, that's what you're thinking about, and that's what you're empowering within you, then it becomes flow state. You connect to love, it comes within you, you give it, it starts flowing through you because you're connected to the source of love. That moment that you connect to is always existing. It's always there. So that connection to love always exists. Now imagine if your only purpose on this life was to continually do that every single day. That when you were to wake up, you were to search throughout the day for those connections to love. The more you do that, the better you'll get at it. The better you get at it, the more love you receive. And then it no longer matters what's happening externally because everywhere you go, no matter how dark the room, no matter how painful the environment, no matter how difficult the situation, you connect to love. And so you're always being filled with love. So you're always radiating love. It has nothing to do with the environment. It has everything to do with you and the choice you make. It's a choice. You can say that it's not. You can say that it's not fair. You can say that, you don't have the option, that your life was difficult, that you had this, you can have that. You can prove yourself right and be right. Or you can make the choice. You can say, yeah, my life was hard. Maybe you have the hardest life anybody has ever lived. Could be possible. I don't know your pain. Your neighbors don't know your pain. You know your pain. So maybe it is the most difficult life to ever exist. You still have the choice. It's not an easy choice. It's not fair. But I would imagine if there was a powerful being, something that really wanted to grow, something that really wanted to challenge, it would probably pick your life. Why would a being, I'm not talking about a human being, but an energetic being, a soul, a spirit, pick such a difficult experience? Unless it's a being that's so ingrained, so powerful, so working towards the pursuit of love, it would need the difficult experience to grow. Because if it did the easy experience, it would be easy. If you were born with everything available to you, with all the support, all the love, the best parents, the best schools, the best community, all of that, where would your growth be? That's the beginner level. If you're born without all that, you don't have the support. You don't have anybody looking out for you. This is the first time maybe you're even hearing this information. Maybe that's how it was supposed to be. For you to come off so low that the love you discover, the life that you end up building, the person you end up becoming is so powerful. Because when you do this, when you go through something hard and you create the opposite of the love, it's as powerful as painful it was. So if it was a 10 on negative energy, on pain, on hurt, and then you heal it, it's going to be a 10 on love. If it was a 2 on pain and hurt, when you heal it, it'll be a 2 on love. That's how this goes. So your difficult life, this thing that you hate, this thing that's made you cry, this thing that's brought you to your knees is a gift because you just don't realize how powerful you are. But this was your sign. There may have been other signs, but this is it. You're still listening. You know now you have the choice. All you have to do is wake up and choose gratitude every single day. Choose the pursuit of love every single day. If you do those two things, your life will change. That's not even getting into manifesting. That's not getting into the law of attraction. That's not getting on, changing the world or changing anything like this or accomplishing your dreams or whatever. It's not doing any of that. That's just the basis, the foundation. Bringing love within you so that you can be powerful, so that you can be control, not controlled, so that you can make the choice, so you don't have to be a victim anymore. You are the creator. You are a powerful observer. So create what you observe by connecting to love so that you create more of it. That's your purpose. That's how you truly find meaning in this life, and that's how you become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a different perspective on your life, and hopefully you make that choice today, connect to love. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link down below. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook group all down below. So I appreciate all the follows there. And if you've been listening for a while and you're ready to make the shift, if you want to talk about mindset coaching, how you can make that choice, how I can help you make that choice, this is what I do. I am a mindset coach. I work with people one-on-one and in group settings to do this exact thing. If you're interested in one-on-one, you can reach out to me via Instagram or the link down below. Or if you're looking for a group format, if you want to dive more into wealth, if you want to maybe get into real estate or just expansion in general, I have my group, Freedom Fundamentals. In that group, that's what we do. My partner in it, Eric McAvoy, he is a wholesaler, so he helps teach the education around real estate, how to make money, how to find money, how to do that. And of course, I do the mindset piece so that you can become the person that accomplishes it no matter where you want to go. If you want to make a little extra money to just have some freedom, or if you want to build a business, whatever you want to do, we can do it for you in Freedom Fundamentals. If you want information on either of those, reach out to me via Instagram or the link down below, and I'll be happy to talk more about it with you. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.